Or what do you think of the New York Excelsior right now, Taimou? Because on every other show, every 4 shows, we have to talk about why one team's on the way up and then why they've fallen off and why the meta change is affecting teams. Apparently nothing affects the New York Excelsior ever, except occasionally they lose a few maps in a stage playoff game where they don't quite know if they're playing someone instant. That's about all. That's like the tension of watching the New York Excelsior play. Otherwise, it's like, what's that? Oh, I guess Superman just wins again and doesn't die, does he? Brilliant. Yeah. See you next week. Like, what do you think of them now?
I think New York right now, has to, they're not still, no, I feel like we're still better at knowing what you should play. Like our team right now, I feel like we're in front of everybody in knowing what we should play, but I think New York are better in coordinating comms and just being overall better players right now. And I think their coaching staff is insanely good at realizing that what their players need in order to succeed, and that's what they've been doing for the last 4 stages, and it's been working pretty fucking well, to be honest. The only thing I don't understand about New York is on which basis do they do their, when they sub people in. They normally only sub Animo and Pine
and Janus.
And Janus sometimes, but I have no fucking idea why, ever, these switches happen. I do understand,
yes. Pine is clear. Pine is clear when they do Pine.
No, it's not.
The animal one's weird,
just because you don't understand it doesn't mean I don't understand it.
Okay. Why is it clear?
Because it's almost always dependent on maps, right? So
sure. Then, for example, why don't they play Pine on Horizon where they played Widow all the time anyway? On maps where they play Widow all exclusively, they still play Sabiolbi and Libero.
I can literally tell you why they don't do that on. It's because they run different attacks that don't have Widow on them. They run quad tank Moira attack. Libero plays Zarya on Horizon. They want that flexibility.
Oh, yeah, maybe. I can't remember correct. Yeah, true, maybe. But
okay,
most of the time, I've seen them not play Pine on maps where they never switch up Widow.
Well, I assume it's not going to. I assume nothing is. They have locked
keep cutting
in
out
first
every now and then,
place.
Monty.
Yeah.
What did you say there again? Say it again.
Oh, I said I assume that we're just going to see them not do anything, or nothing's going to make sense from this point.
Yeah,
because
true.
they've gotten first place. When they were playing the Dragons the other day, they were literally trying to play dive into the Dragons Brigitte, and they knew they were being countercomped, and they just did it anyway to style on them.
Yeah, they wanted to try. I think they wanted to practice. Dive and see if it's still good, right?
Yeah. So I think we're just going to see a lot of wacky shit from New York from now on. And they were playing, for example, Blizzard World, and Sabiolbi played Junkrat for the first time against Shanghai. The first time ever. Yeah. And the only reason they're doing this is because now, when you see Sabiolbi in a map for playoffs, you have to say, oh, he might play Junkrat. It's all mind games for them. Right. From here on out, it's you start playing all these weird heroes. You tell players to play heroes they're not even good at against worse, the bad teams, because then all the coaches of the good teams have to prep for them playing those heroes or playing those strategies, and it becomes very difficult.
It doesn't fucking matter what you play when you have Meko and Mana are in the front like this, and then Jonak is 1 versus 6 in the enemy team like this. It doesn't matter what your team plays. It's pretty funny.
There's the GIF. There's the GIF. Taimou doing the Spider-Man. There you go. It's web shooters, fully loaded. Why didn't you ever give Zenyatta a go, Taimou?
I did. Actually, in the beta, when I was playing Mercy, I also was one of the only people who played Zen, but Zen, Mercy was so fucking broken back then. Even though Zen was actually broken too, but he had 150 HP. Nobody played Zen. Everybody played Lucia and Mercy. And I think if people could theory craft and realize how broken Zen has been from the inception of the character,
yes.
I think most teams would have. The meta would be would have evolved differently, where people would have understood that triple support would have always been so fucking overpowered. But
Sure.
it never was, because nobody knew how to play this fucking game back then, right?
That is actually the same in every game, I have to tell you, though. Because actually,
Yeah.
believe it or not, in CSGO, we actually had a gun that had been around for over, like, I think it was like 2 years before anyone realized that it was very OP in a certain set of circumstances. And nothing had changed. It wasn't like buffed or anything. Just
Yeah.
no one had tried using it in that way. And it was only then that everyone was like, what the fuck? This was there the whole time? So...
Right.
Is it weird for you how good Jonak is then? Because obviously before Overwatch League, he was just like, there was like rumors that, oh, this guy's so fucking skilled or whatever. It's kind of ridiculous. He's been like the best player pretty much the whole time of the Overwatch League.
He is a true rookie too. He never played in Apex, right? He was picked up by LW Blue, and he was supposed to play in season 4. Then LW drops out of Apex for Overwatch League, just to prepare. And now he's like a true rookie. So. And he's probably going to be the MVP of the league, almost certainly.
Most likely, yes. I think like Jonak, I've never seen him like when and before Overwatch League started. Like I would see him play ranked non-stop. He would play ranked ladder all the time. He would only play Zen. He would only solo queue, and he would most likely shit on your team if you didn't shit on him. Like, if you personally didn't go and fucking kill him, like, he would kill your whole team. It was so annoying. Like, he practiced a lot. I don't know how much he practices now. It seems like he's just chilling on ladder. Like, his Zen is on the level where he most likely doesn't need to play outside of scrims.
So what's it like for you, Agilities, to play against Jonak?
It's the hardest thing in the world, honestly. Like, playing Genji against Jonak Zen is impossible. Like, there's certain situations where you can make it work, obviously. Like, when you have a damage boosted Mercy and you're trying to blade him, then in that situation, like, it's a little easier. But if you're just, like, if it's a 1v1 situation where I'm, like, against Jonak and I have a blade, even if I don't have a blade, like, I'm most likely going to lose unless I get the combo, and I have to, like, kind of play around that, because there's not a lot of Zens that scare me as Genji, because I'm pretty good at killing Zens, but Jonak's, like, I think the only one that scares me, and, it's pretty weird to play against it.
It's because like you can't really pull the blade in front of him because you die if you do, right?
You literally die at the time you're playing with the blade.
Yeah, you need to kill him. You need to kill him without blading unless you have pocket.
Yeah,
right?
unless you're hiding too.
In a 1v1 unless you blade from LOS, like
Exactly,
you're just gonna die.
Like, the time it takes for Jonak to kill a Genji that's blading is literally the time it takes to pull out the sword, like while you're sheathing it or unsheathing it or whatever. Like, that's when you die, and that's really scary to play against.
It's like the quick draw in the Wild West. Here's the thing,
Exactly.
You're safe as long as you don't go for the gun. But if you go for that gun, second you go for it, he's allowed to kill you. That's the rules.
Yeah, you're dead.
The rules of the Wild West.
Pretty much.